Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Fox News White House correspondent Peter Doocy. He made a personal announcement on Fox News that was kind of surprising even to his own dad. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please visit that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica and hit subscribe absolutely free. It really helps us out. White House correspondent Peter Doocy has been a gem for the whole Biden presidency. He's the one that you can count on to go to the White House briefing room and really give it to, at the time, Jen Psaki, then Karine Jean-Pierre, and on the rare occasion he was there, President Joe Biden. Tomorrow I get to call him former President Joe Biden, and I'm kind of liking that, but I digress. Doocy went on here and he told a story, and the story was about when, I don't know if you guys remember this, but when President Biden called him a stupid son of a B word. And it was major news. Now, he said at that time that Biden called them and they fixed everything, they patched it up, and it was a nice conversation. But what he didn't say at the time, that he just said now, is Biden said, hey, let's do lunch together and, get everything straightened out between us. I didn't mean anything by it. It wasn't anything personal. Not surprised by that, because I think Biden's probably a really nice guy. And somehow this slipped the agenda because that lunch never came. Doocy seems like he's kind of upset about it. And then his father said he brought it up, when he learned about it, when he talked to Jen Psaki on her last day, and still nothing ever materialized. Now, a couple months ago, even though Doocy's had an adversarial relationship with this particular White House, he said he was going to miss Joe Biden when he's gone. He actually said, I'll miss him. And if you guys remember, we covered that story. And I think, this is part of the thing. Like, Joe Biden is an affable guy. So, yeah, it makes sense if you're close to him, you see him a lot, you'll miss him. He seems like he could be a nice fellow. And, listen, the man served in public office for more than 50 years and made a lot of money and enriched himself greatly. But it is what it is. He's now going to be the former president. He's not going to do anything after this in terms of politics. His political career is over. And I do wish him the best. I pray he has a great time with his grandkids, enjoys his family, and his golden years. I want you to watch this video from Mr. Doocy, though, and let me know what you think in the comments.
And all those elements.
Later on this afternoon, President Biden is going to deliver remarks to the Conference of Mayors here in Washington. Then he's got a trip listed to Joint Base Andrews, even though he's not flying anywhere. So he is either going to thank the Air Force One and Marine One crews or maybe welcome a special guest. We haven't been told yet. Back to you.
Interesting stuff. Peter, I've got a quick question for you. That was his last interview. Nobody over the last 4 years has gotten Joe Biden to say more about stuff he didn't want to say than you did. You were constantly barking questions at him. And most famously, you yelled at him about inflation and he called you a stupid SOB. Since this is your last Friday at the Biden White House, I know we can tell the story now. He actually called you when you were live on Special Report with Bret Baier, and he told you something that nobody knows.
He did. I feel like I can say this now because it never happened. He called me, and initially he told me it's nothing personal, pal, that he said a bad word. And he also said, and this was at the tail end of COVID, he said he would have me in for lunch when it was safe. Right. Well, I think his lunch card is probably filled. It never happened. So it was never safe to have lunch with me.
Yeah, no kidding. So, and when Jen Psaki left a couple of years ago, on the way out, when you famously took a picture with her, you asked her. Now, he's going to remember about the lunch, right?
The lunch never happened. Yeah, I've told many people about the lunch. The lunch never happened. I did not pack a lunch today. Fridays, I'm usually out of leftovers, so we're out here.
So, in other words, if somebody from the White House is watching right now, you are available to have lunch with the president.
I don't know how many TVs are still turned on in there. It seems like people don't want to watch the coverage of what's happening. In fact, I was walking through the press area, and a lot of the picture frames are empty now. I don't know if this is people from the press who are just taking pictures off the wall, or if the Biden people are going to take pictures of the president, but there are empty picture frames, and I think a lot of turned off TVs inside right now.
All right, Peter. Thank you for revealing that big secret. He promised you lunch, and he never did it.
And he called.
Promise broken.
And he called you. What was the pony soldier? What?
That was before he was president. He said I was a